Looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Oh right, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm rolling in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crust and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right, spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your mind so long, but sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should, because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that. Dictionary diva.
Love that.
I do love that. It's so good.
Gosh, we already got Ninja Puppy. Thank you to the person responsible for my membership. It was the first thing I saw this morning. It made your day. Oh,
sweet.
No, thank you, Ninja Puppy, for being a member and enjoying it. It is. And see, I moved my helmet to make it a little easier here.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought you were going to strain something. Keep reaching back for that thing.
You was going to strain something, pull a muscle, herniate a disc, accidentally.
Just
fall out of the chair. Fall out of the chair.
Oh my God. I've fallen and
I can't get up.
Oh my God. I actually have
Lord, honey.
I have that here somewhere. Oh, no, that's not it.
Quick, what's the number for 911?
No, quick, hit your life alert. That's the one. It's that life alert commercial. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ninja Puppy. And thank you for the kind person responsible for their membership. And I'm glad that somebody could make your day. Yeah, there were a lot of people just throwing out those memberships yesterday.
There were. It was a good day. Lots of new members.
We did get lots of new members. Lots of nice, cool people hanging out, enjoying all of this stuff. Yes. So we're going to pick up where we left off because I know that this might be the last day of the deposition portion of it. We'll see. We'll
Oh, the
see.
season finale
This is
tonight.
the end.
This is the end, but it's not the end of the story. That's the
No.
beautiful part of it, because we got so much more to cover. We're going to do a deep dive on the deposition tomorrow. We're gonna if we finish up tonight, we'll be going into doing much more of a deep dive and going through all of what the pleadings are that Shockett made, and then we're gonna poke fun at all the idiocy of these two fools and watching how they've like managed to take their whole ecosystem and cave it in upon themselves, and they're trying to dig out right now. They're just like, and it's really hard because they have very short arms. It's just
So it's like a CW show that just keeps going and going.
And going.
yeah,
And going.
yeah.
And going.
Yeah, but there'll only be one season of this. Hopefully, there's only one season of
Oh.
this drama bullshit.
I feel like we're on season 2 right now.
I feel like
I do.
It's like on season 3. It's never ending.
Ooh.
Thank you, Cynthia Fire Fairy. I hope that you're being safe out there with all those fires, sweetheart. And thank you so much for the memberships. Oh, you have I have a violin for your wall.
Fun.
Yes.
I've got a dulcimer somewhere.
I know where it is.
I have.
I think I know where it is too.
I'm trying to think. I have other instruments, but these are the only ones I hang. And see, I would hang that violin right there. See right there.
Yeah, that'd be
Now,
nice.
my sister played violin. I remember in junior high she did Downtown.
Downtown. That one?
Yeah, on violin.
Oh, cool. I bet that sounded really good.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. As a kid, it was a violin passed down from my great grandmother.
Cool.
Like it was hers, and my sister got it, and then of course
nice.
my mother managed to destroy it.
Oh,
yeah. My sister was pretty pissed off about that. It was just like, oh man. Now, I could probably play a violin if I took the time to do it. Hey, and Jeff Self-Implosion. I thought it was Jeff Implosion. Thank you, Joyce.
That's a cool name, Jeff Implosion.
Jeff Implosion. Yeah. The man, the myth, 11, legend, Jeff Implosion. Coming at you live, strong and on fire. Thanks, Joyce. I appreciate you. Oh yeah. It is self-imploding. They are self-imploding, and there'll only be so much of an implosion, and it happens, and then they get new people to join in, and then they spread out. And then once they find out what it's all about, because some people have ethics, they tend to go, this is horrible, and they jump out, and then that part they go on the attack for them, and it's like that's part of that ecosystem. It's just like a beast with multiple heads that you just can't see.
I wonder if there's like a quantum mechanics theorem that could be,
No, it just sounds like I need to take a Pepsi.
That sounds like
oh my gosh, I think I need some Benadryl and some sleep.
Oh well, we won't tear you up too much.
So what you're saying is you need to put a box.
I need to yeah.
Oh yeah. And speaking of pudding pops, we got Sunday coming up. Not this week. We're going to take a week off, and we're going to probably hit it next week. So that way, and if you're wondering where you can hear these great voices even more, they usually come out on Sunday Spice, and we were doing it every week, but I'm starting to back off just a little bit, get better content, better stories, so that way I don't feel so rushed and pressured. So
Yeah,
I'm
no
taking next Sunday
pressure.
off. I could be working on some new stories. And if Teresa Finn has a new story, I will be reading.
Mhm.
If she had if she want to early release that book over to us, that's fine.
It says
You know.
Medusa on steroids. No, I think Medusa would be much finer looking if you could even look at her.
Yeah, she was
Thank you,
beautiful
Joyce.
maiden.
Yeah,
And
Medusa was hot.
yeah, she was a beautiful maiden. And then,
She just, had snake heads.
well, her heart was broken and she was betrayed by her family. And,
Yes.
she had to do what she had to do.
A girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. If it means
Wait a
putting
minute.
snakes
Yep.
on your head and killing everybody, okay. Thank you very much, Joyce. I appreciate you.
I mean,
All right. So where we left off is Exhibit 3 was marked for identification. And Mr. Shockett says, with his question here, Mr. Manskin says to you to Kankle Twins, we're building the WhatTheHales media ecosystem, right?
yes.
Do you know that what he was referring to when he wrote WhatTheHales in all caps? Do you know who he was referring to?
What the Hales? Oh, Jeremy Hales Company.
Right. And as a matter of fact, right below that, he sent you a link to the two Kankles in a pod, a broadcast, right?
That's who he was referring to.
Right. So Mr. Manskin and two Kankles in a hole, he told you together they're building the WhatTheHales media ecosystem.
Yes.
Is that your understanding?
Yes.
And he sent you a link, and it's a live link here. I won't click on it because it might infect me horribly. But did you ever click that link that Mr. Manskin sent you?
I may have. I don't recall if I didn't just go to the. Usually I try not to click the links in any of the messenger, but I could have gone directly to the page, or I could have clicked the link. Most likely I probably went directly to the page to see what it was.
And this was August 8th, 2024 at 11:26 p.m., right?
Yes.
And then he texted you again and he said, asked you, watching. Is that right?
Yeah.
Why, if you know, what's the context here? Why is Mr. Manskin? And by the way, at this point in August of 2024, had Mr. Manskin identified himself as an attorney for Miss Preston to you?
At that point, yes. At that point. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you know what his purpose would be in asking you to watch a broadcast? That's part of the
Yeah.
WhatTheHales media ecosystem.
Oh, yeah. There were actually a couple of things that he wanted me to do, actually.
Oh, tell us all about it.
Okay. He wanted me to stay in my messenger in the wings, listening and giving him information. Pumping information to give on the show.
And
And I refused.
what?
I refused, and he got upset with me later about me not getting involved, interacting, and not giving information while he was on the show and while the show was going.
So is it fair to say to you refuse to be part of Mr. Manskin and two Kankles WhatTheHales media ecosystem?
Oh, yes, sir.
And you weren't going to join in that nasty mess, right?
Yes, sir. And they turned around and twisted it, saying I was jealous because I wasn't in it, when I was the one that didn't want to be in it. And that was very hurtful to me, because I can prove it. I have text messages that will go get after this and prove that I was adamant that I didn't want any part of it from the very beginning. I never wanted to be on that show. So what they're doing online is very, very deceiving.
Okay. This next one, court reporter, is the next exhibit. I think we're on about 4.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Can you see this one?
Mm.
Miss Wolf, can you see it?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I can see it.
All right. This one is June 3rd, 2024. I've named it.
Oh, it just writes itself. It just writes itself. Oh, yeah.
And Mr. Manskin said to you, do you know at this time, this June 3rd, 2024, that had Mr. Manskin identified himself to you as Miss Preston's attorney?
Well, he never really identified himself as her attorney at that point, but he did take on a role as working kind of as her attorney. But it wasn't no. I don't think there was a contract or anything at that point. Like, it wasn't. It was just odd to me.
Yeah, well, okay, it's the shape. So we'll read. We'll read the details later, but in a minute. Let me ask you, it's talking about she's on our side. She's totally trustworthy. It doesn't ever mention who this she is. Do you reading and look at this? Is this
Oh, I know who it is.
who is it?
Oh, it's Patty.
Who is Patty?
Patty is one of the group. Patty, Marla, they're all together.
No, one moment.
Patty said if I ever mentioned her name, she's going to come after me.
Okay, well, we're going to protect you on that. Oh, hold on a second. I think we're back on now. All right. Oh, put this back. Okay. Can you see this now?
Oh God, I wasn't going to do this tonight. I wasn't. It wasn't going to happen this way. Oh my gosh.
That's how it always starts out. It always starts out so innocent. No, I'm not going to go this far, but then you do.
My abs hurt from yesterday.
It's called a workout.
Oh, it's
Who needs the gym when you can just laugh all of your cares away?
Oh, it is the best medicine. All right. Let me get back to it. Oh, yes, I can see it now. Yes.
Okay, they're talking about this woman, Patty. And what's Patty's last name?
Oh, Plumer.
Summers?
Plumer.
Plumer. Okay. I like plumber. Like a plumber. Like, get in there and squish that stuff out.
Mm, I believe that's it. I'm almost positive it's Plumer.
Okay. Is it, do you know how it's spelled? Is it like plumber, the technician, or is it Plmmer?
Oh, I've had very minimal contact with her. Only when
No. Oh, no, that's fine. There's various spellings. That's fine. Anyway, the point is that you see that big, big thumbs up there that Mr. Matsky gave you there at the top left.
Oh, yeah.
And then he
Yes.
said, I spoke to her earlier, meeting Patty Plummer.
Yes.
And Michelle says she's totally trustworthy. And then Mr. Manskin says to you, her text to me, anything to help taking Hales out, right?
Yes.
And then you said, let her know no one but her.
Oh, this is about the synopsis. He wanted to let her see the synopsis that he told me to write, and I didn't want it going anywhere. He knew I didn't want that synopsis to be public. It was never meant to be public. It was always meant to be to look for attorneys because he told me to write it to look for attorneys. He told me to get information from videos and write this. He actually outlined what he wanted me to write. I have it in text.
Well, we'll get to that.
And he wanted to give her, because he claimed it was privileged, even though he released it recently. He wanted her to have a copy of it. And I said, well, okay, but only her. That's what this is about.
And then he said, I will. Right.
Yes, I said, only her. Because I really didn't want that going anywhere. He knows that I didn't want it out to the public, yet he put it out to the public recently.
And then you said, I'm not interested in taking him out. I'm just interested in justice.
Oh, well, correct.
And Mr.
I'm not interested in harm coming towards anybody.
Mr. Manskin then replied to you, I know, I'm just showing you she's on our side.
Yes.
And you gave a thumbs up back to Mr. Manskin, and he liked it, right?
And he assured me he wouldn't share it with anyone but her.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. So my thumbs up was in regards to that synopsis.
I understand. And then Mr. Manskin wrote back and said, obviously, Michelle calls her closest friend next to you. Next to you?
Yes, but I didn't consider myself a friend. I considered myself someone advocating for her and trying to help her situation. So I never met her in person.
Do you know what Platty Plumber looks like?
I'd imagine a platypus.
A platypus. She's got little
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Platty Plumber. She walks around, lays eggs, and her sting is deadly.
I don't know anything about her. The only communication I ever had with her was briefly a day that we did a video with the first David, and then very briefly in a chat. Mm, probably recently, one of the chats. The lawyer typed this, one of his chats.
Right. So did he ever interact with your thumb? I mean, with Platy Plumber regarding this report?
I only interacted with her briefly in the chat when she screamed at me and said horrific things to me in one of their chats. And then Preston was also being horrific toward me. And Bruce actually came and apologized to me for the way they were treating me and said I didn't deserve any of that. So that was really my only interaction with her. And then she apologized, and I haven't heard from her since.
So I guess I want to know, do you know whether or not Miss Platy Plumber did actually receive the synopsis that Mr. Manskin
I don't know. I didn't follow up with any of that.
Okay. Do you?
I assume she did.
What?
I assume she did. And I don't know why.
Well, we can't assume, but further discovery will reveal that. So, did you know whether or not Miss Platy Plumber has had any knowledge of the thing? Oh, the statements between Mr. Hales and Miss Preston and vice
Oh,
versa.
the statement. Oh, okay. Say that again. I don't understand the question.
I'll say it as many times as you need. Do you know, has Platy Plumber ever shown you that she has any knowledge of the interactions at all between Mr. Hales and Miss Preston?
Does she have knowledge of Preston and Hale's interaction?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I can't speak for what she has knowledge of because I have very little interaction with her, but she's very involved in the case.
Oh, okay. When you say that, it's fine. Explain what you mean.
Oh gosh. Oh, she's often on the phone with her for a lot of things, like including police involvement. She's part of working on their case in the inner circle thing.
When you say Platy Plumber is part of the case of the inner circle, you mean Platy Plumber is a part of their interactions in this lawsuit as well?
Well, everything. She's been very, very deeply involved in this case from the beginning, along with Marla.
All right. Do you know what in federal court we call initial disclosure is?
No.
Okay. Do you know that attorneys in federal courts are supposed to disclose to each other the names of people they have knowledge of in the dispute?
Oh,
You didn't know that.
well, I would assume it's very important, but no, I didn't. I didn't know how the law handles all that kind of stuff.
Right. So would you agree with me that Mr. Manskin did make it clear that he does know who Platy Plumber is?
Oh, did he say he doesn't?
No, no, no. I'm just do you know that he's even by this screen, do you know that?
Oh, yes. He named her. Like further up this line, he named her full name.
Okay. And do you know that Mr. Manskin and Miss Preston, Mr. Cook's attorney in this case, did not disclose Patty Plummer's name on initial disclosure. Do you know that?
Well, she didn't want me to disclose it either.
Right.
She threatened to come after me if I did.
Okay. So how does she threaten? What does she move to the next one? But how did she I made her choke on her water. I heard she's just about to spit up your water.
I think that was Ballstorm, but that was a good time to take a water break for sure.
How did she threaten you? What do you mean?
Well, that she'll get a lawyer right after me if I say her name. But I have to be honest on the record here and say her name because she's the one that...
Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to be a lot of consequences to this. This is a shocking revelation. I appreciate you telling me that. I appreciate you sharing this. Let's go to the next one. Just give me a moment.
I'll take as long as you need.
I think at this point, everybody needs a moment.
God, Rachel D.
Sorry.
Oh.
The dialogue just screamed inappropriate
writes
voice.
itself.
Yeah,
It
it
writes
screamed it.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. Well, but I'd also like you to know I've had no interaction with Marla other than making a couple of corrections publicly under comments that she made about me. Her and I do not interact at all.
Okay. I'll ask you later to send me a little screenshot. Oh, God. Send me those screenshots. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, sure.
All right. Okay. This next one. By the way, court reporter, that last one is it's in evidence. Is that an exhibit?
Facebook message from June 3rd, 2024.
Was that the date? Yeah, that's the next exhibit.
The next exhibit, the Facebook message from June 3rd, 2024, is the last one that I have.
Okay, good. This is the now this was that 5 or 6?
That was 4. The one that you're on
Oh, this one?
would now be 5.
Okay, this is number 5. I'm almost worn out. Okay, all right.
Oh my God.
This is now, I can't really see what you wrote here. You Oh, on the left side here, pages 2 through 21, November 9th. Oh, what is that?
Oh, that's interesting. Wait, hold on.
Mm.
I'm getting my voices mixed up. I'm making a very sexy Midwestern court reporter here. Oh my goodness. Oh, maybe I should stay on that. I don't know. It feels very natural right now.
4 inches or 5.
Oh God. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, hold on. Let me think for a minute and see what it is. 2? It's a grower, not a shower.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what that is.
Oh, well, maybe there were 21 pages to this.
Oh, okay. Okay. I gotcha.
And oh, right. It was 21. It was 21 screenshots, and I. Oh, and this was number 2 out of 21. That must be what it is.
Okay. All right. But you put November 9th that's not the date that this conversation is. That's on the screen, right?
Oh, yes, I did. And I'll tell you why.
Mm.
Yes, it is. Because on Facebook, if you like a recent conversation, you can't hover. You see how I hovered over it and it gave me the time?
The next one's even better.
But it didn't give me the date.
Lady needs a date, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You see that little. Oh my gosh. I didn't know I was a smoker. Suddenly. God. Oh, okay. With the 8:23 a.m.
Yes. Yes.
Well, when you hover over it, it only gives a time when it's recent. It takes a couple of days for it to start showing the date. So when I screenshot this, I wrote that the date because it wasn't showing the date on there. It was showing the time.
Okay. All right. And I can't read what you wrote. The blue is you and the gray is Mr. Manskin. Is that right?
Mm.
Miss Wolf? Mm.
Oh God.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. The blue is me and
Okay.
yeah.
So when you're saying I can't read the rest of the sentence above, but something like, don't you think the children come first? Oh, right. You don't. Then you said 8:23 a.m. I'm not sharing your legal strategies or case. let me pause right there. Did Mr. Manskin accuse you of sharing his legal strategies or case?
Well, I think he warned me not to.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And then he said, you said to him, I'm not, never have been a mole or sent anything to opposing as your PR and client team are publicly stating ongoing with their defamatory statements about me. I will publicly defend myself with the truth in this case and the truth in the egregious activity, as well as my concerns for the child in this case. I have shared my concerns with you all along, and you dismiss them. What your team is doing is unethical and unacceptable. I have reason for my concerns and my belief that opposing is correct in his concerns for his safety as well as concerns for the child. He is not lying. By the way, when you say opposing, and you're talking about Mr. Hales.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That right there.
Mm-hmm. That's huge. Good for her.
That is, oh my God. And let me read that again, just in case you folks missed this. She said, I am not and have never been a mole or sent anything to opposing as your PR and client and team are publicly stating ongoing with their defamatory statements about me. I will publicly defend myself with the truth in this case and the truth in the egregious activity, as well as my concerns for the child in this case. I have shared my concerns with you all along, and you dismiss them. What your team is doing is unethical and unacceptable. I have reason for my concerns and my belief that opposing is correct in his concerns for his safety as well as concerns for the child. He is not lying. By the way, when you say opposing and you're talking about Mr. Hales. This right here is what Shara had to say in that deposition. That right there, as a witness to all that was going on, she had concerns. She was raising these concerns, and nobody over there gave two shits about this child.
Mm-hmm. And I think that is a critical point too, because she's like, okay, I was invited here to learn more about the story. I'm learning about the story. And then through through gathering information, she gained some big concerns, and she brought them to this man who by August she realized was some type of attorney in this. I don't know if she clearly knew exactly what his role was going to be, but by then everything was getting squirrely. But she had still, as he was a figure of authority, she brought this information to him and is like, hey, I've got some concerns.
And
at least
still
that,
he has,
and still he does nothing
about the child. Still he does nothing about this.
Yeah. And
he has stated publicly that he's not a mandatory reporter. No, he has stated that publicly.
Well,
he says he doesn't know where Jeremy gets the idea that he's some sort of mandatory
because
reporter.
he's an attorney.
He's stated publicly that he doesn't believe he's a mandatory reporter.
Well,
he doesn't understand where Jeremy gets it.
I mean, I know like teachers, nurses, doctors, therapists, if there's not
as
a
an
violation
officer of the court, officer of the court, I would assume that that would be about the damn same. But,
I don't like
he doesn't give two shits.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to assume. Somebody I'm sure in chat knows for sure, because I know that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is if you're seeing something and you're not saying something, what in the hell is wrong with you? If you're telling people not to be concerned with it, but then there's some deep-seated issues there, and I guess it's so he can get his ridiculous fucking mac and cheese story out there that he lost miserably on, got his ass handed to him, not once, not twice, but 3 times at least, with them sanctioning him for the bullshit that he was playing. and then going on Facebook and reaming people out about it. And they didn't appreciate that either, because he's doing everything completely unethical. He's been sanctioned before, he'll be sanctioned again, and it's just a matter of time. I'm sorry, I'm going off
No,
on a
you're
tangent.
good, because I'm looking it up on Find Law. Are
on.
you a mandatory reporter of child
Hold on.
abuse?
Hold
Okay.
on. I think that's where you would try to define, okay, was he her attorney at this point? Because
It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. And I'm going to tell you
Okay.
why. Because if he is her attorney at that point, he is protected by attorney-client
Yep.
privilege.
Yep.
So therefore, he's not a mandatory reporter.
And according to Find Law, a mandatory reporter of child abuse is most mandatory reporters are people who work with children, like teachers, child care workers. I don't like that answer. I don't feel like that's a very good answer. Mandatory reporting in the United
That could be
States.
true.
Yeah,
That could be true.
Wikipedia. Wikipedia says.
Well, I don't trust Wikipedia.
I don't trust
No, I
Wikipedia
don't
either.
Trust Wikipedia either.
People who have regular contact with vulnerable people, such as children, disabled persons, and senior citizens, and therefore legally required to ensure a report is made when abuse is observed or suspected.
Yeah.
Specific details vary across jurisdictions. The abuse that must be reported may include neglect, financial, physical, sexual, or other types of abuse. Mandated reporters may include paid or unpaid people who have assumed full or intermittent responsibility for the care of a child, dependent adult, or elder.
Yeah, he represents Lynette. He doesn't represent her,
Well,
the child. He doesn't care two
But-
shits about the child.
but it would be against Lynette, so he would be protecting his client. It's no different than if your client comes in, you've established that there is the attorney-client privilege there, and they say, "Yeah, I killed him."
But he's saying he wasn't part of. He wasn't.
Well, but that's the
client.
issue they're going to have to work out.
Huh.
Is the
Interesting.
timing?
Yeah. Interesting. Fascinating.
And Wilburn says, according to Google, attorneys are not mandatory reporters, but it could vary from state to state.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It depends on the jurisdiction.
And sure, maybe he's not a mandatory reporter, but does he have any sort of ethics at all? Apparently not.
No.
Well, because technically he's not a Florida attorney anyway.
At that point in time, he wasn't her attorney, according to him.
But I mean, he couldn't even practice law in Florida, so he wouldn't be considered an attorney in Florida.
True.
He's from Massachusetts.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish I could do a Massachusetts accent. I need to listen to Tom Gillis a little bit more.
You can go back and listen to the Karen Reed trial.
Yeah, true. Try to catch
Guy
that.
in the garage, but he doesn't talk like that. See, that's the thing. He
He's
talks
from
like,
Connecticut anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, he talks like a total Yankee. Ah,
we can say that. We're Southerners.
That's
all
right.
yes,
That's right.
yes.
Okay. Where am I? Where are we? Are we?
No verbal response, and I said yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Then you continue. I do not agree with his approach, but things stated to my be your client and found on the records confirmed Tom his concern, the harm.
What? Typos. I'm sorry. That's a typo.
I got it. I got you. The time, the harm your team intends for him and others is a concern. What do you know about the harm Mr. Manskin's team intends for Mr. Hales, and why is it a concern?
They want to take him down.
When you say take him down, are you talking about like getting on all fours? Or I mean, does this mean that Mr. Manskin wants to bend over and grab his ankles?
I'm not doing that voice right now. Oh my God.
I'm trying to understand how
A
he
minute.
means he's gonna.
It's a whole different character now.
Is it take him down, or does it mean like he's gonna like take him down? I mean, Does that mean Mr. Manskin's team would like to take him down in a physical way and harm him physically or financially or both?
Or more. I don't know. Take him down.
What more? You mean like delete him?
I don't think that, but Cook has made some statements that concern me.
Yeah.
There is something that was said to me on the phone once that I didn't know what to do with.
Have you talked about that? What was said to you on the phone that you didn't know what to do with?
I spoke to one person about it because I was very concerned of what to do with it because it made me afraid.
How large was it?
And God. And I felt like I would be accused of making something up by bringing it up, and I didn't know how to go about it.
Okay. Tell us what you said. What was said to you on the phone? Is Bruce Manskin present? Because he should really freaking
wait.
hear this.
That was me. Is Bruce Manskin present? Because he should really hear this.
No, he's listening.
Oh, he's here? Didn't he leave? Did he come back?
No, he's here. Don't be scared.
A couple of months
This
ago.
is going to be harsh. I'm sorry. This is going to be harsh.
Yeah. A couple of months ago, Preston made a comment to me on the phone, and she said that John was looking into a hitman, or a few months ago. And I said, "What?" And I questioned her up and down on this. I was not recording that phone call, but there is a possibility, and I have to go back and look, that I may have after that conversation. I wanted to get this on some kind of evidence. If I did, I'm thinking I may have done that, where I called her back to discuss it more in my concern for what she said. And she stated that he didn't really mean it, or she didn't really mean it. It was just said in, he says things that he doesn't mean according to her. She said that to the police too. I've heard her say that to the police, but after seeing these messages in my messenger, it concerns
Right.
me. It concerns me.
Right. So do you know that Mr. Manskin was also told that Mr. Crook was looking for a hitman to take out Mr. Hales?
What? He was told as well?
No, I'm asking you. Do you know whether or not Mr. Manskin was told that Mr. Crook planned on getting a hitman to take out Mr. Hales?
If Preston told him, I don't know their conversations. I'm not involved in their privilege stuff
Okay.
in quite a while.
No, no, just so we're clear, any conversations in private between an attorney and the attorney's client is privileged.
Yes.
Right. So I do not, if you happen to know of a conversation that Miss Preston didn't tell you about, because a client can waive that privilege. So if you know that Miss Preston is saying something that Mr. Manskin told him, that's fine. Told her, that's fine. But I don't want you to even rely on anything unless you're sure. If you know anything about a conversation that Mr. Manskin had with his client, I'd rather you just didn't even rely on or refer to it. If you are referring just on that for any answers, I don't want you to answer it. Okay. It's that sacred.
Right.
It's that sacred. It's that sacred.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I guess the answer is no. You never told Mr. Manskin that you heard Mr. Crook was looking for a hitman to take out Mr. Hales, right?
Well, I was afraid because I was already feeling intimidated at that point, and I thought I thought they would think I was making it up.
Okay. And to be clear, Miss Preston admitted to you that Mr. Cook was looking to get a hitman to take out Mr. Hales, right?
That's right. She said he was discussing
Discussing.
yeah.
Actually, discussing is even more scary. Let's say it again. Make it clear. Miss Preston admitted to you that Mr. Cook was discussing
Yes.
getting a hitman to take out Mr. Hales.
Yes. And then she completely went the other way around it and said that it wasn't serious. He would never do that and blah, blah, blah when I questioned her
Oh,
deeply about it because it made me very concerned.
okay. And how much time elapsed between that first conversation where she said that said that and the second where she said, he wasn't serious?
Very quickly because I called her right back because I didn't know if I should call the police. I didn't know what to do. Because she said so many different things so many times, I had to make sure she wasn't just. And she even told the police, John says things he doesn't mean all the time. He said he wanted to kill my mother, her mother. He threatened to kill her mother, according to her. And she said, he just says these things all the time. And she told the police this, and they didn't do anything about it.
Well, do you know why Miss Preston would even say that to you? Was she high, drunk? Was she looking to you? Go ahead.
I think it slipped out because she says a lot of things that you're on the phone and you're thinking, what the heck did she just say? But she said it.
All right.
And if I did call her back to record evidence of that, secondary to that first conversation, it would have been within minutes afterwards. It would have been a very concerning feeling that I had to call her right back and ask more questions on this because I didn't know what to do with that.
Oh, and we have a manskin coming up shortly here.
Here we go.
Go ahead, do it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you now. We got an hour approximately left for you today. I'll ask Mr. Matskin, do you plan on doing any cross-examination?
Oh, I'm sorry. You finished with the direct?
Oh, I'm trying to do some housekeeping here. It's 3:00. You were away for 15 minutes, so that would mean I would have, if you have...
What? What time are we going till today?
Well, that depends on whether you're going to do cross-examination or not. That you keep on avoiding answering.
Well... I don't know.
You said...
If you...
But you said...
Save me 10 minutes while
I
finish off.
You said on this record you would answer it later. Well, it's getting pretty later, so...
Well, can you save me like 10 minutes?
10 minutes?
Yes, I've got to pinch one out.
So you're going to get... So you're going to get out off at 10 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Well, be sure you spray. Okay, so we'll continue, all right?
That means you'll go to 4:10 at the latest, so I'll have the 10 minutes and we don't finish any later than 4:20?
Oh, yeah.
Am I right?
Oh, we're gone for 15 minutes as you...
Go
take a dump. Carefully pointed out, so we will stop. I will stop at 4:00. We're going to add 15 minutes to the time or give you 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Time. So I'm stopping at You said 10 minutes. I'm stopping at 4:05 and you can go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. All right. This is the next exhibit to the court reporter.
Oh, Exhibit 6?
Yes. All right. So do you, Miss Wolf, do you recognize this?
Oh, yes.
And is this also recent, isn't it?
Yes.
And he says, Mr. Manskin is having a conversation with you on this exhibit, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Manskin says to you, as for MP, do you know the reverse to go with MP?
Oh, Michelle Preston.
Okay. As for Michelle Preston, I asked you, do not. You don't harm her legal case. That's it.
Yes, I would never harm anyone.
No. He's asking you, don't harm her legal cases.
Yes.
Do you know what Mr. Manskin means by that?
Shut up.
Okay, because if you testify truthfully under oath, that would harm Miss Preston's legal case.
I took it as that.
Okay, and you responded to that line, didn't you?
Yes.
And you said to Mr. Manskin, I wish no harm to anyone in her legal case. At the same time, I also wish no harm to opposing. Your client is harming me and others, and I have expressed my concerns for the child to you all along. Those are never privileged. I'm responding to your PR's threats and your clients using privilege to harm me. That includes using privileged information to public officials I am working for to harm me. What do you mean by that? And before I ask you that, PR, who is PR's?
Oh, 2 Lees in a pod, Lisa.
Okay.
And
And what?
Tori.
And okay, I understand. Okay. So what did you mean using privileged information to public officials I'm working for to harm you?
Information we were talking about and what Mr. Matskin called privileged. Preston was going to a public official person that I was advocating for with that information that was discussed.
He was doing that, or Preston was doing that?
Preston was doing that.
And who's this person do you not want to say?
I want to protect him.
You are you, when you say you want to protect him, are you fearful that person will be in danger?
This has nothing to do with him, and I don't want what she's doing to harm him.
What do you mean? You say what she's doing? You mean Miss Preston?
Yeah.
And okay. Then you go on, you go on saying the audios are after I quit. What did you mean by that?
Oh, I have to go. Can you show me where that is so I can, because I have to read it in the context.
Yeah, the audios. What audios are you talking to? Right here. Oh, you see it. The audios.
Hold on a moment.
What are the audios?
But the PR show and the client have shared, and there are unacceptable accusations toward me and harmful behavior. The audios are after I quit. Oh, audios. I don't know at this moment.
Okay, all right.
Audio?
And you say sorry?
Maybe it was her.
And you say,
Oh, it could be her audio clips that Michelle sent to me, her voice clips.
gotcha. Or some of her voice
Or
clips that
some of her voice clips that came afterwards. That's what I
after you quit covering her bullshit story, right?
Yeah, well, yes. I wasn't in any of their privileged chats anymore.
I see. Well, understand that if you're any attorney, you don't know what if any attorney again includes any other third party in a chat with his client. There's no privilege. They waived it.
Well, he called me his legal assistant, which I have no experience in, so
Yeah, we've been through that. That's not going to. We'll go there. Were you ever his legal assistant?
no.
Then you wrote, I will do my best to respect what you just stated going forward, but I stand behind my video clip today. So that means you had posted a video clip today on YouTube.
Well, what happened was he told me that I am not permitted to put out any of my and his interactions at all.
Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, and he's claiming that he has an attorney-client privilege with you.
Well, he was claiming that I can't put out any of this material between me and him. And because he said this when I put out the those two statements from him in that video, that first video that had the eco comment in it.
Yeah. He did not want you to release that, correct?
He was warning me. He was warning that I cannot again put any comments out there between me and him.
Okay, and that's after you had released Mr. Manskin
Yeah.
stating that that was a perfect example.
Oh, sorry.
I wasn't finished. I wasn't finished.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You gotta
Mr.
finish.
Manskin did not want you putting out his statement that he and the two Kankles in a whole are part of building present tense, building the anti-WhatTheHales media ecosystem.
Well, he let that one slide because I had already done it. But he told me that that would be the last one he would accept. Basically, there will be consequences if I put out any of our conversations again.
Okay, and did he tell you what those consequences would be?
No, I took it as a legal threat.
Nothing else? Did you take it that you would be harmed financially?
Yeah, and honestly, in this situation, I don't feel safe as I did before I got into this whole situation. That's for sure.
Wow. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
I've never experienced anything like this.
All right. They just write themselves.
I've never experienced anything like this.
So Mr. Manskin made you feel like something would harm you financially if you were called to testify under oath and tell the truth in this case?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yes?
Yeah. I was able to share any information, and yeah.
All right. As a leprechaun, as a layperson, but you're still a journalist. Do you know what the classic definition of extortion is?
No.
As a layperson, as a journalist, do you know what the classic definition of witness intimidation?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Do you feel like Mr. Manskin has intimidated you as a witness?
Yes. And I feel like he's doing it through his show, Two Lees in a Pod, because he's releasing things on their show and on Milltown's Best to also intimidate me.
Okay, so I'm so sorry. I can't. I feel like I feel your pain. So okay.
Thanks, Bill Clinton. I appreciate that.
But do you know who said that line first? It
Who
wasn't
did?
Clinton. It
Who
was
was?
Jimmy Carter.
I thought it was. Oh,
Carter said
was.
it first, and then Clinton repeated it during his presidency.
Oh, wow. Okay. My family at this time, he knows my family's going through something very horrific, and he knows it too. And that's the part that shows his character.
So what does Mr. Manskin know that's going on in your family right now?
I don't want to say it on the record.
It's something personal that affects you deeply, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't be with my family member today within surgery. I should have been at the hospital all day.
And Mr. Manskin knows this.
He knows my situation. as they threaten me online and intimidate me and make me to the point ill that I can't sleep and be with my family the way I need to be.
Well, I can tell you, we're definitely going to pursue this stuff. Let's just continue here. Did you continue in saying, did you think that your client can use, manipulate, and harm people, and those people should not defend themselves? Okay. When you said that, what were you referring to about people not defending themselves?
They're threatening everybody who speaks. Everybody gets threatened with lawsuits.
Lawsuits by Mr. Manskin?
Yes.
And then you say your client broke privilege all along. So it seems like you know a client can waive the privilege. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. She brought information. There was a discussion going on in that communication, and
And
she took that information outside of it to other
did
tried to hurt me with it.
okay, did Miss Preston ever tell you directly Mr. Manskin said this or that to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
She said that Mr. Matskin was saying a lot of terrible things about me in their communications.
Oh, did she tell you what terrible things about you Mr. Manskin was saying?
I'm terrible and hard to work with, and this is why he dumped you. He didn't dump me. I left.
Oh, man, just slam. Mr. Manskin told Miss Preston that he dumped you?
That's what she said.
That wasn't true, was it?
No. I tried to leave many times before the time I actually did leave.
Okay.
I thought he was there to fight for her in her case and win her case. I didn't think he was here to do any of these other things that he's doing. I thought he was here as a lawyer that was going to help give her a fighting chance in a courtroom where things are balanced.
Okay, when you say, but I will respect your wishes going forward after today, thank you for clarifying. I have always, I guess, been honest and ethical with you in this case.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yes. I was afraid. I was reassuring him so that he wouldn't harm me.
And then you wrote, this is why I'm using this as an exhibit. Your client has also texted me threats, and I'm choosing not to publish those.
Yes, I did go
Okay.
to law enforcement with those, actually.
And do you still have those threats?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to preserve them, okay?
No worries on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she threatened me. Eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
But she ain't got no teeth. How you going to make any money if you ain't got no teeth? Do you know what that threat was?
Oh, it was a few weeks ago.
And did you ever tell Mr. Manskin that his client said to you an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth?
I think I did mention it to him, possibly in Messenger, that she was sending me threats. I think I did.
Well, you did. Here you did, right here.
Yeah.
Your client is also texting me threats.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did Mr. Manskin ever tell you what?
No.
What?
No.
Let's get this a clear record. Did Mr. Manskin ever ask you to follow up as to what threats his client texted you?
No.
Okay, hang on. Here's the next one, and this will be 7 to the reporter. The exhibit was marked 7 for identification. Okay, Miss Wolf, this is like a continuation, I guess. That's why you're numbering this 6 and 7.
Yes, may I?
Is that right?
May I mention that when the court was ordering, obviously, I do what the court tells me to do. I'm law abiding always, very respectful and always. But I was afraid because Mr. Matskin had defined what privilege is in his view. So I was trying to just take information that was beyond the time zone of what he told me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand. So
It got
Mr. Manskin was trying to give you legal advice.
He was trying. He was telling me that I wasn't permitted to give information that was asked of me. Information from that privileged chat that he said the entire chat was privileged, which it wasn't.
Which it isn't. She's very correct in this. Understood. And when you wrote to Mr. Manskin saying your client is also texting me threats, and I'm choosing not to publish those, instead of asking you anything about that, he says the text showing on the waiting screen, that was from you to me recently. If so, it's fine. And you said, what's waiting screen? Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
I think he was talking about when I put that video out. I had a screenshot of what I said to him. He said that was okay, but what he was saying to me was not okay for me to put out.
Okay.
Do you see
And then
what I'm saying?
yeah, yes, I do. And then he said, as for any from, I guess, MP, his client, Miss Preston, I'll appreciate it if you didn't share them. As you know, they were sent to you expecting they would be kept private and not shared on YouTube. Your coming video, I don't see the point of you showing me messages you sent me, but whatever.
He was referring to only my conversations with her outside of what he considered privileged.
Oh, so even he's saying to you that even privileges that he thinks aren't privileged, he didn't want you to share those either.
Yeah.
Is that your testimony
Yeah.
on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
She had already shared messages from those chats between me and her anyway. She had already done that. She broke that communication. Not that it was privileged, but she was the one that was sending messages out.
Okay, because I have a time issue here. We're going to run a little bit out of order. Okay, here we go. This one's going to say 9, but it's not 9. It's whatever. I guess it's 8. Court reporter.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So continuing this, do you recognize this as a text exchange or a chat exchange between yourself and Mr. Manskin?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you said to him, for the record, I remained quiet when I left, and I'm not the one that brought this to the public. What do you mean by this?
Two leaves in a pod started to bring lots of things to the public. And I felt at that point that they made things public record that needed to be corrected. I'm not the one that brought lies to the public that needed to be corrected, is what I meant.
That's insane. Okay. And the Kankle Twins has made false statements to the public about Mr. Hales.
Yeah.
And then you say please also understand, I've also stated I cover all sides of a story. Your client lied to me, presented herself as a victim, and the totality of the records, along with her bullshit attempts to harm me and others, and her treatment of her child, which has been horrible and horrendous, as well as her ongoing bullshit behavior, reflect this. The truth will always rise, and the story will always tell itself in the rhythm of the public.
Yeah.
And he responded, I watched your video. It serves no purpose, you little slut. You shared communications with me, even though I engaged in those communications, expecting them never be shared. B, asked for. I can't read that. Something asked you, maybe not share them, but you fucking did anyway. Now, then, and when someone reads this, when you read that, did you feel threatened?
Yes. I felt.
Did you feel?
Yes.
Did you feel like I do, intimidated?
Yes, I still do.
When you first saw that, tell me about your heart rate. Did it go up? Did it go down?
I have systemic lupus.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Jesus.
Multi-organ involvement, and I have been extremely ill since. I have
Fuck.
fevers every single day, and I'm not well. It made me ill.
I'm so sorry. So I'm so sorry. And then you say since you mean since piece of shit made that statement below in this exhibit.
Since all of this, with two Lees in a pod, him saying these things, Michelle threat or Preston threatening me in my phone, I've become very ill.
Yeah, and I want to ask you a question about your heart rate. When you first saw this, did your heart rate jump up or
I felt scared.
go down?
I felt scared.
Right. Okay.
I didn't sleep.
Go to
I've never had anybody.
the next one.
I've never had anybody that I have ever helped to harm me or want to harm me. I have never experienced this. Never.
This is the next exhibit is number 9, and it's continuing Mr. Manskin following up afterwards where he said you did anyway. Then he says I'll give you a pass, no more. And how did you feel when you saw that? Basically telling you not to show any more videos.
I felt afraid to do anything and to say anything.
And then he said, oh, one last thing. Then let's disconnect. You hoarded these police reports that you were highly relevant in Ohio that could have been used, especially the 4 violations report. Now, we talked about that earlier. Is he accusing you of hoarding public records that are available to the whole planet to get?
Yeah. Yeah. And may I add, he never once asked me for those public records. And may I also add, during the court case, those public records were not available to me because they were under investigation. I was not able to get them until after the court case was already decided.
Okay. I appreciate that. And then he says, well, if they had that, there may have never been an Ohio restraining order, right?
Yeah, they're blaming me for something I didn't do.
So they're blaming you for an order which has daily repercussions on Miss Preston and Mr. Crook, aren't they?
Yes.
So
They're trying to make me
this is
responsible for her harm.
so the Ohio protective order against Miss Preston, Mr. Cook, this time it's not Jeremy's fault. You're telling me we can't blame Jeremy. It's your fault, right?
Yeah, I'm the one that caused them to have this case against them that was found them to be at fault, according to Mr. Matskin.
Right. And he says, or if your respect came in after the order was, I guess, entered. I got to get this cock out of my mouth. I guess it could have been sent to their Ohio lawyer as soon as possible, right?
Yeah. Why didn't the Ohio lawyer collect it?
Well, that's kind of what you call a rhetorical question, but okay, let me go to the next one.
If I were an attorney, I would have collected the records that pertain to the subject if it were me.
So you
Motherfucker.
believe as a private citizen that lawyers should not rely on third parties to get these public records.
I believe they shouldn't blame them for showing they never even asked for them. For one, they never asked me for those records. They asked me for something else, though unrelated.
Okay,
Unrelated.
gotcha. Here's the next one. And this one, he continues after the ASAP comment. He says he accuses you saying you kept it.
Yes.
And he's referring to the fact that if the report came after the order was entered, misspelled, entered, it should have been sent to their Ohio lawyer as soon as freaking possible, and you kept it.
Yeah. As if I did it intentionally.
And then you said to him, are you attempting to frame something, Briss?
Yeah.
And he doesn't answer. That's a yes or no, isn't it?
Yeah.
He does he answer you with yes or no?
No. He continued questioning me as if he was examining me to create a case against me.
Right. He says he doesn't answer your question, does he?
No.
Did you have He says, did you have the report from Freedom of Information Act? And he says, that's my only question. If you obtain the 4 violations, please report and when. How do you feel when you read that?
I felt like he was trying to create a case against me of some kind.
Right. And you responded, I think we have that next one. Hold on. We're going to change subject matter shortly because of lack of time, but it's fine. Okay. This would be the next one. Court reporter, I don't know what number we're on because I've skipped a couple of inches.
10.
Which one are we on? 10?
10.
Okay. Thank you.
She's getting snippy.
All right.
I'm
All right,
really tired of this very ridiculous case, and I have a tater tot casserole to get to, and you guys are keeping me away from it. So yes, I'm getting snippy right now.
We just got tug rated. We just got tug rated.
Sweet.
Tug raid.
Tug raid.
It's a tug war, shiz. It's a tug war. Oh my! I'm suffering under the pressure of the tug of war. It's more pressure than I can handle.
Just let go of the rope, Shizzy. Just let it go.
I can't let go. I'm like a dog with a bone. I just gotta grab it and
just release it, Shizzy.
Let it go.
No, I can't
Let it go.
let go. I can't let go of the pressure.
Just let it out. Just go with it.
Just let it out. Just let it go.
Just go.
Tug Raiders. That's awesome. Oh my God. This is so fucking insane.
Hey, if I can interject for a second to go
please do.
back.
Go back.
Thanks to Yamaha happened to mention this. Florida Statute 39.201. Feel free to look it up on your own. Requires anyone who suspects or knows that a child is being abused, abandoned, or neglected to report it to Florida Department of Children and Family Services, or DCF.
Well, there you go.
And here's some other notes in regards to this. Anyone can report suspected child abuse to local law enforcement, but they must still report it to DCF first. It is illegal to intentionally prevent someone from reporting child abuse to DCF. And DCF will begin an emergency investigation within 2 to 4 hours and complete it within 5 working days. A non-emergency investigation will begin within 3 working days and be completed within 15 working days. A family assessment can take up to 45 working days.
Well, I believe that.
A little over a month.
Yeah.
So, but that's straight from the statute.
And are there any consequences if someone doesn't, or it's just sort of like, you just turn the other cheek?
Well,
I don't know.
Like
Interesting.
if they suspect it and they don't report it, then nothing happens to them.
Right. But under the statute, it clearly says anyone. Now, I don't know how attorney-client privilege would play into that, but the statute clearly says anyone.
And does it say should or could?
Required. Required.
See? That is the words mean a whole lot when it comes to that.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Of course, he's not under Florida jurisdiction. That's what he would say.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Tug, Megan Reg, Clean Diaper, Let's Go Papa Shizzy, Diva Fallstorm, and the chat.
Wendy Bono.
Yes.
Wendy
Let
Bono.
me bring this up. I gotta pull it up. See, because we got the stickers going on. So
That's right.
Stickers going on. Let me see. We need a special one for you. We got a special one. It's the last of these right here on this piece of paper. Oh, that's a happy little sticker.
Do you need new stickers?
He needs new
No,
stickers.
I've got like 20,000
rolls.
Got sheets upon sheets of good boy stickers.
Well, they don't
Like a teacher.
Oh,
They don't sell them like in a strip, like stamps, where you can just pull them
I
off. They
know,
got them on
that
these
would be a
sheets.
lot
Makes
more
it really
fun.
difficult. Yeah, it would be more fun.
Yeah, it would.
It's a good thing you got small stars, because if you'd have gotten those bigger ones, you'd already covered the helmet by now.
I know. I got the appropriate size.
Just small enough.
Just small enough. Blow and go. You know it, girl. Okay, Matt Red Queen. Thank you guys for the super chats. It's awesome. You know, it just drives them nuts over there because the grifters been grifting and they're starting to lose their grifting money, and it's really hurting them. They're getting very upset. Sorry.
Ugh.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
Where are we at in this? Because we're getting pretty close, I think, to the end. Yeah, if you guys can hang out for just another 30 minutes,
I can
we
hang.
should be able to finish this thing up. All right. You say to him, I have lots of records I have collected in this case on my own accord for almost 2 years. When did you ask me for a record other than the audio file of Mary DeGroot, unrelated to your case? Now, this is interesting. You asked him a question. You wanted to know when he asked you for a record other than the audio file of Mary DeGroot, unrelated to your case, right?
Oops.
Sorry. Wrong.
I can't read that.
I can't read that, Shizzy. That ain't working for me. Okay. I'm going to try to harm Mary on that 2 Lee show for a scoop. And that devastates me beyond anything because I came into this to help Mary. And the people that I've been helping are trying to now harm her with information that does not relate to this.
And Mr. Manskin, when he responds, doesn't he answer you again? Does he?
No.
Okay. Instead, he answers, he gives you the gift of another question when you ask him a question. Instead of an answer, he asks you another question, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And he says, not going to tell me?
Yeah.
Not necessary? How do you
dumbass.
feel when you read? How do you feel when you read that?
Scared.
So when you say to him, police report numbers, what police report numbers are you referring to? And when did you ask me for any police report? So that's the 2 questions, right? The first is, what police report number are you referring to? That's one question, right?
Correct.
And the second question is, second time now you've asked him, when did you ask me for any police report? And that's the second time you asked him that question, right?
Correct.
All right. So did Mr. Manskin ever give you any answer to that question?
No.
You then say your accusations here are in concert with your PRs. Again, that's the 2 cankle holes in a toilet bowl, right? In a pod.
Yes,
And Marla, your accusations here are in concert with your PR's accusations, right?
They were publicly accusing me of the exact same thing while he was accusing me of this in Messenger.
Oh, okay. So they were linked up on the accusations, Mr. Ducey and his PRs, right?
Yes. And I felt like I was being harmed.
And he says to you, the one where the detective shot down 4 out of 4 violations of the Ohio order Jeremy and George came to report. And you said, go ahead.
He started to describe what he was speaking of. And I didn't know what he meant by the one that the detective shot down 4 out of. I didn't understand what he was talking about because whenever I was getting records, I was getting per incident. Each incident I would ask for and wait for it. I didn't know what he meant. So I said, what incident?
Do you know one way or the other if anyone ever told Mr. Manskin that, as a matter of fact, in Ohio, because of those violations, nothing was shot down? In fact, that Miss Preston and Mr. Cook had been held in contempt because of those violations of the order.
I didn't know the legal details because I stayed out of that, and I stayed away from the lawyer that was involved in the Ohio case.
Okay, so
I don't know.
Mr. Manskin certainly never told you that Miss Preston and Mr. Cook were found in contempt of the Ohio court.
I know they were found in contempt because Preston did tell me.
Okay. And then again, you say what incident he says before they got Ohio contempt order for 10 feet, 10 feet. So again, there, Mr. Manskin is indicating that he knows Miss Preston and Mr. Cook got an Ohio contempt order, right? Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. I think I need to switch here because we're running out of time. And I talk to you later off the record, Miss Wolf.
Yeah, I'm just standing up for a second.
That looks so good. Okay, not today, but I can't contact you later.
Put
Miss
your
Wolf,
pants on, lady. God, this is a court proceeding.
Oh, yes. Today I might have to lay down after this because...
No, not. You already mentioned an emergency. I'm not even close to talking about anything near to today.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, sorry. I don't even think that. I don't think that. I think that I'm not. Oh, I'm not doing that. Oh, okay. Next one here. All right.
I'm actually, even just discussing this and finally speaking, I feel like I just feel dizzy.
You feel what? Oh, sorry. Is it the Benadryl kicking in?
Dizzy from the...
You wanna take a break?
No,
You want to take a break?
I'm okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you this. Let me just whip it out. This I have. I'm going to show you. Do you recognize this? Yeah. Take your time.
Yes.
Oh, tell us what this is.
Well, he wanted me to write things on my Facebook page, and he also wanted me to contact the judge in Ohio. And
when you say he, you mean John Cook?
John Cook.
Okay. Do you what did Mr. Cook want you to say to the judge in Ohio?
Oh, he wanted me to speak for him. He wanted to tell me what to tell him.
It's a female judge. You know that?
Oh, sorry. Her.
Oh, obviously you didn't. Okay.
Sorry.
What did Mr. Cook want you to tell the judge in Ohio?
Oh, I don't remember, but I believe it was numerous things that he wanted me to also put on my Facebook page that I didn't want to do.
Okay, I got it. So Mr. Cook said to you, again, we don't live in this state. We don't own property or anything. It's one big bullshit story. And he'll end up coming back and saying the judge wouldn't grant it to him.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to contact the judge now. Just post that. John says Florida judge will see everything. Do you know what he means about that?
He wanted me to post something about addressing the stuff about the judge, which I would never do.
Do you have any knowledge of why John Cook would ask you to say that the Florida's judge will see everything?
No.
Let me ask something else. Did Miss Preston ever tell you that she went to court 3 times against Mr. Hales by herself and had discussions with a judge without Mr. Hales present?
No.
You didn't know that?
He didn't tell me that.
But do you know that?
I remember seeing something briefly on a video somewhere. But as far as anything else, no, I didn't know.
Okay. Do you know if there's any connections at all between Miss Preston and or Mr. Cook and Judge Greg Thomas's? I mean, was he a hump daddy or what?
Not that I know of. I was not party to any of that activity.
Okay, how about, do you know who Amanda Martin is?
Oh, I've heard her name, and I think she is an advocate in the court system, from what I understand.
Do you know that she's a victim's advocate in the court?
Oh, a victim's advocate. Was she Preston's? I'm trying to remember.
She was Preston's victims. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Then I know I know of her.
Do you also know that she's now no longer a victim's advocate
Yeah.
for the Levy County, Florida, or anywhere?
I didn't know that.
Did Michelle or Miss Preston ever tell you any communications or conversations she had with Miss Amanda Martin?
I would have to go back and look or think on that, because at the top of my mind, I know she has mentioned her, but I don't recall what it was.
Oh man, we're gonna have to call it a night. My brain is starting to ring.
I'm like, are you okay, Shizzy? What's happening?
My brain is my ears are starting to ring.
Uh-oh. Well, as long as your ears aren't bleeding,
No, not yet. Not yet. Ooh. Oh my God. It's just weird. They just started ringing. I think I need to get some water.
You probably do. Yeah.
Probably do. Oh, and we're probably about one night away from doing this. I thought we could finish it tonight.
I did too. My I was starting to get, like, my eyes are starting to cross, and I'm like,
yes.
Who am I right now? What's happening? Where am I?
Well, I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be right back I've got to get some water.
Okay.
If you guys want to hang out, that's fine.
It's me and Volstorm then.
Yeah.
Until you come back.
Well, I'm gonna do just a
Cool.
short break music.
You know what? This might be an opportunity for me to step out because it is late, and
Okay.
as usual, thank you, Shizzy. Get some water. Thank you, chat.
Thank you.
And y'all have a good night.
Yeah, I'm going to grab some water because I'm feeling really parched. Probably all the laughing. Chat, make sure you guys sub up to Dictionary Diva. She's an absolute doll. She's a sweetheart, and she's been spending so much time here. So I do appreciate her for that. And Volstorm also, if he's not here whenever I get back. Thank you guys. I appreciate both of you. And and I'll probably see you tomorrow. But
Yep.
I'll be right back with you, chat. I just need to grab some water and I'll be right there.
All right.
Peace.
All right, see you.
Step aside, y'all, it's my time to shine. I'm feeling the groove with these hips of mine. Hands in the air like spaghetti gone rogue. My knees are jelly and my hips just broke. Shaking it, breaking it, what a blast. Wobble it, wiggle it, shake that ass. Do a jig or a jog, wiggle it to the side, or break that hip bone by moving your ass. Step up or stand aside. My shoulders pop like a rusty hinge. My fingers point like they're on a binge. Twirl like a tornado, then drop real low. It's not planned, it's a shit sideshow. I've got the rhythm of a clock that's broke. My dance floor moves are a big effing joke. Shaking it, breaking it, what a blast. Wobble it, wiggle it, shake that ass. Do a jig or a jog, wiggle it to the side, or break that hip bone by moving your ass. Step up or stand aside. Rig like a lava lamp, mesmerizing glow. You can't help but watch me steal the show. I summon the shake, the shimmy, the twist, a mix of genius and a big old fist. You're drawn in close, your feet start to twitch, feeling the groove like a broke ass bitch. Yeah. Shaking it, breaking it, what a blast. Wobble it, wiggle it, shake that ass. Do a jig or a jog, wiggle it to the side, or break that hip bone by moving your ass. Step up or stand aside. Now we're all in the shake, no need to be shy. Move like spaghetti and reach for the sky. We'll dance like we're cursed, laugh to a sore. Shizzy whiz nut reigns forevermore. So join the dance, let your weirdness unfurl. We're shaking ass, not a care in the world.
Oh yeah. Woo, man. I was getting a little dehydrated, so I grabbed me a big old glass of water. I was like, "Oh man, gotta get some moisture in." Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Really good, really good. Needed some of that. Man, oh man. Audio, what's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see all you fine folks there today. Let me go ahead and grab a couple of these super chats, and I'm actually going to try to finish out the rest of Shara's video tonight. So if you're hanging around, we'll be discussing that a little bit. It is absolutely insane. I haven't had a chance to watch the whole thing yet because I've been so damn busy. The stars can't be too big. They might give Shizzy inferiority complex. I love it. Green EVPs. Well, this whole thing's gonna be covered. It's gonna be sparkly whenever I'm all done. I'm telling you right now, green EVPs, that's for you. Thank you so much. Gotcha. I brought that thing just a little bit closer, just so you guys could actually see the stars on there. Oh man, it's so awesome. Thank you so much, very much. Your Oscars are in the post. My Oscars are in the post. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? My Oscars? Oscars. Thank you for the tenor. I appreciate that, Sassy J in the UK. I love that name, by the way. That's a pretty tattoo. All right, there we go. That is for you. Thank you very much. My Oscars are in the post. Yes, thank you. In the Clouds 4 became a YouTube member, and memberships, as you guys know, memberships are so easy to get here. I keep them open like that because I like having people come in, hang out, enjoy, and see all the shenanigans. And there's for you. Thank you very much. One thing that is very, very cool about being a member is any videos that I release, like music videos, stuff like that, you actually get those before anybody else. Now, the music portion of it, that stuff comes out, and you get that music pretty much right away as soon as I release an album. If you look in my stuff, I've got like multiple albums, and it has such a wide variety in styles of music that if you like music, all you got to do is just pop one of those albums on, boom, put it in a playlist. You got like, shoot, you could listen to that stuff all damn day. Some of it maybe isn't too like how do you put this, work friendly, but every single one of them is in there, so it's pretty cool. All the shenanigans, yeah, there are lots of those going on here. We do have lots of shenanigans that go on, and we also have, we have some craziness that goes on here. Watching I Am Legend on TV and listening, that's pretty cool. That is very cool. Watching Legend on TV, that is awesome. And thank you very much for being a member for 1 month. Another month has passed. Yes, it has, Melody. And welcome to the Nut House. It is definitely about to get a little bit crazier, because I'm hoping by February 1st for you guys, we should there we go. By this February February 1st is my plan. If everything works out, I should have my merch store up and running. We don't get why CPS has not looked at her CPS case in Iowa when she had removal of her child from her care. Yeah, it is interesting to me that if she ever had a child removed from her care, that's for you right there. If she ever had a child removed from her care, why she was even allowed to adopt? That is a serious question. And that might be because she tends to move around a lot. So they may be looking at the county, they may be looking at how long she's been in the county. I have no idea how that stuff works out. I don't know how CPS works. I mean, it's something that I've never really looked into. There was a federal court update, and it's only 2 pages. Yes, I did see the federal court update. And that I can go over really quick also. The federal court update basically, give me just a second. I'll pull that bad boy up here in just a second. It was this one right here, I do believe. No, that's not it. It was this one here. So this right here, plaintiff filed a motion to compel the production of documents, which was 52, which was pretty damn large. It's voluminous. I'm going to be going over that either tomorrow or the next day. What is tomorrow? Today's Wednesday. Is that right? I think today's Wednesday. So yeah, today being Wednesday, tomorrow, I'm going to try to finish out the deposition unless Diva's completely exhausted. If she's just not able to do it tomorrow, then I will go over the court pleadings. And I mean, Diva just brings it with her voice. And we're also going to be getting in where there's going to be a lot more coming out of Manskin. It's going to be insane. But this one here is saying conferring with counsel for defendants via written correspondence via email in good faith effort to resolve issues, and that the parties were unable to resolve those issues raised by the motion. And that motion, that's the motion that I'm going to be reading. That is document 52. Although it appears the parties have previously conferred in writing, there is no indication that the plaintiff's counsel and the defendant's counsel have had an in-person or telephone conversation to discuss the issues raised in plaintiff's motion. The court has found that telephonic or in-person conversations between counsel after a motion has been filed often result in the resolution or at least the narrowing of the dispute. And this is bringing it down to being very, 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 we're not done working Diva out. No, not yet. Yeah, we're definitely not done working Diva out. What the judge is saying here is, even if they can't get all of the issues resolved, at least they can narrow down the scope of it. And that's what the judge is telling them that they need to do. And the court therefore orders the parties to confer telephonically or in person regarding the issues raised in the motion to compel, which is document 52. That conference shall occur on or before Wednesday, January the 15th, which, if you guys are paying any attention, that is going to be by next week. Yeah. During that conference, the court expects the parties to endeavor in good faith to resolve the issues raised in the motion. And that would be the motion that was brought forward before the judge. He still, which is amazing to me, he must be reading or studying the case law, because he ordered this pretty damn quick, but he still hasn't ordered to include or exclude. So keep that in mind. He still hasn't ordered on that, but he ordered on this one pretty damn quick. He thought that this was compelling enough that there needed to be brought up. So that tells me that he's probably going to be reading over Shara's deposition. And it also shows to me that he's probably going to be reading over the final deposition and checking on case law to see if these other people need to be brought in. Now, if one of the Kankle twins is brought in, and if Ducey is brought in, then things start to change. And that may be why he's trying to get some of this stuff resolved. Oh. Endeavor in good faith to resolve the issues raised in the motion, but we've already heard what Bubbles had to say about this. He basically said, "Well, no, they can't get this kind of information. I don't understand what he's talking about, and he's not going to get any of that information. That's attorney-client privilege, blah 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 blah, all that kind of stuff." So during if the counsel cannot resolve the issues raised in the motion, then they should file a joint notice advising the court that the matter has been resolved. And so they need to resolve the issues raised in the motion. Then file a joint notice advising the court that the matter has been resolved. So they have to have it resolved, and both parties have to agree that it has been resolved. If they can't come up with one, if they are unable to resolve those issues after having a conference, the defendants should file a response to the motion to compel on or before Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. Defendant's response should include the date that the in-person or telephonic conversation occurred, as well as the duration of the conversation, whether it was 15 minutes, 2 hours, 10 hours, it doesn't matter. They have to tell them how long that conversation happened. If the parties are unable to resolve the issues raised in the motion, counsel should expect that hearing will be scheduled shortly after the response is filed, which means that the judge is not playing. The judge does not want to hear excuses. He wants to get those issues resolved, and those issues will be going over tomorrow. Those are very specific issues that need to be addressed. Now, whether those attorneys sit down, they address them with each other, they address them, and they can't come up with a resolution to it. Then if they can't come up with a resolution, they should be able to come up with at least a partial resolution, at least narrow the scope of what that hearing needs to be about. Because I guarantee you, this judge does not want to have a long hearing, and he's going to chastise both of them for not getting their head out of their damn ass and getting this resolved. Now, it doesn't mean that one's right or one's wrong. It just means that they couldn't get it resolved, and he's not going to tolerate this. Now, thank you very much. I just saw that we had in the clouds for gifted five Shizzy memberships. You guys, welcome to the Nut House. Those that got memberships, congratulations. You're in for a mess. Oh my gosh. There we go. And then we also have, it's also crazy. Absolutely, Valerie K. I agree. And also, Roxanne has become a new member yet again. Thank you very much, Roxanne. You don't have to leave on the red line. You don't have to sell your money to the Roxanne. Oh my gosh. Yes, we got you covered. Tug Raid. Yes. Welcome, Tug Raiders. Welcome, Marianne Fields. You guys are running a little bit behind whenever you get there. Are we back to marketing meeting? Are we back to the marketing meeting? No, we are not back to a marketing meeting yet. Not yet. That right there, what does Foreskin Maskin have to negotiate with? Well, and that's the thing. If once we start going through this pleading, it'll make a little bit more sense. And I'll probably read this again whenever I go over the pleading, because it's that motion that he's put forward. It's pretty damn important, because he's trying to get information from Matskin, stuff that is supposed to be released, information that is supposed to be sent to him that he's requesting. For instance, GPS location on the date that they put those signs up. Any and all communications with third parties involving this case. I mean, those are very important things. If Michelle's out running their what does Yamaha call it? If she's out there running her cock washer, what in the hell was she saying to these other people? And who are these other people? Because we need to bring them in so they can be witnesses in this case. because they don't want to end up with this witness that comes showing up on, the third hour that they have no idea who this person is, and throwing shade and not knowing what the hell's going on. You have to understand, by the time that you take something to a jury, by the time it shows up in front of a jury, the judge knows pretty much everything that's going to happen. There's not going to be any surprises. The plaintiff knows, the plaintiff's attorney knows, the defendant's attorney knows. They all know what they're going to be saying. They all know what the evidence is going to be, and they're going to try to present that evidence in a way that shows their client in the best light. Foreskin doesn't do things like he's supposed to do. He can't help himself. He's got issues with this. He wants to present everything that he does as a golden opportunity, and that he's doing everything proper. And he's not. I mean, even non-attorneys can see that he's not doing everything proper. Yeah, Yamaha is a very, very bad example. I will tell you right now, a super bad example. Yeah, my ears are ringing for some reason. That was the weirdest thing. I was sitting here, and all of a sudden they start going beep. I was like, okay, I can't be having that kind of thing happening. Oh my gosh, what was that? Oh no, that's fine. We're good. Let's see, what do we have here? It is let's see, where did I have that? Because I'm gonna present that to you. Let me go ahead and remove this right here, so that way I could get this thing up, because it's going to be under the watch later. Where did I put it? Because there was a lot. I've got so much stuff to cover. Oh, you have no idea. I've got like Thornton Township and all that kind of stuff that I've been working on, trying to get up in there and happening. Oh, that's funny. That, man, I've got like so many different stories that I'm going to have, and I'll just pull it up. I thought I saved it. I thought I had saved it, but apparently I didn't. Oh, let me go back. Here it is. Yep. It's right here that we were. Present, share the screen. Right. Yeah. All right. So there we go. We've got. So here it's saying, what did the sheriff say to you when you called? Did you record it? Nothing, because there's nothing they can do about it, because he said we can point over there the whole time. Could have meant anywhere, even though he said he talked about John and the gun thing, and he talks about pointing his guns over here, but he says I'll stand on our property and aim over there, meaning that to my property, but I'm calling the state police here in a minute. Yeah, this is her saying that she's calling the state police on John. Interesting, huh? Yeah, these are people that will turn on themselves. They cannot help it. They have to do everything they can to turn on themselves. It is inevitable. It is inevitable, because everything that they see, everything that they hear is a slight to them. And once they start seeing how much of a slight it is in hold on just a second. Let me see what it is. I've got where is it? Oh yeah, somebody's trying something here, but that would be dumb. There we go. If Yamaha wants an invite, I just sent one to him, because he might be having a few comments about this right here. You might have a little. Should call it a night and get some rest. Yes, I'm a man. Oh no. I got this here. I got this here. I was looking. Somebody was asking me something. One of my mods was asking me something in private. I got you. I got you. You know what to do.
Are you gonna share if I'm on the line? This is Paulette.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, I'm gonna connect you with Miss Preston. She's got more to add about the video that he has going on live right now. Hold on one moment, sir. All right, Miss Preston, you've got Corporal Greg on the line.
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Levy County Sheriff's Office, recorder line. This is Donna.
Hi, Donna. My name is Lynette Preston, and
Yes,
I
ma'am.
live in.
Can you hold on one moment?
Yep.
Number one's ringing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Officer
Ma'am, and how can
Officer
I?
Chet. Yeah.
I am just calling in to let the Levy County Sheriff know that John Cook and I, Lynette Preston, are at Town Hall, and the time is whatever time it is right now. No one else is here. There's a meeting at 7, but Jeremy
which
Hales is
Town
going to
Hall?
come. Town Hall in Otter Creek. Sorry.
Otter Creek Town Hall.
Yep. And Jeremy
Mhm.
Hales is going to try and start some crap, trying to get us thrown out of here. We are here. No one else is here. We are waiting for the meeting, and we are first here. So we both
Okay.
have orders against each other. I've already
Ma'am,
talked.
yes, ma'am, I understand that. Listen,
Yeah. Listen, woman. We understand it has orders. Anyone know if she has told Preston how much was donated to her and Arlie yet, or even shown any receipts? Man, it's none of my business. It really isn't. I mean, that is between them. That is between them. I mean, if they wanted to donate $1 million to her, it matters not to me. If they want to donate her $1 and keep all the other 999,000 of those dollars, that would be between them, not my problem. All I did was point out that something looks very shady about this. And this is a common way that people run scams, is they will get people to donate money, and YouTube has a very strict policy on this. Like once you become monetized to run a fundraiser on your channel, it can bring some serious repercussions to you if you're running a fundraiser that's not sanctioned by the YouTube. Now, if you're pointing towards somebody and saying, hey, here's a GoFundMe, here's a link to a GoFundMe, that's completely different. But if you're setting up something like that on your channel, that can get you removed permanently. And not just you, but anybody around you, it can get you removed. That's why I stay away from those kinds of things. It is one of those that will become very, very clear as this goes forward.
okay. I need some information from you. What's your phone number?
She gets out her number.
Okay, and what was your name again?
Lynette, Lynette Preston.
See, she calls herself Lynette here.
And I'm with John Cook, COOK. And we
Yeah.
just don't want no trouble, so we're calling you guys in advance to let you know that we did get here before anyone else, and we have to be here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you got there before anyone else. If he shows up, then you have issues. Yeah, my email address is shizzywiznut@gmail.com. It's in my bio tab. If you click on that, you can usually see what the email address is. Yeah, that's where my email address is. Yeah, you can send me stuff. I'm easygoing. I'm usually pretty chill with that stuff. Yeah, feel free. Good to see you. How you doing? yeah, they know what she drives. She's clearly here. She's clearly sitting in her vehicle, but it doesn't matter. If Jeremy is there, if George is there, they can't be there. Simple as that. If George is there, she can't be there. John can't be there. There's a restraining order against them in Ohio to be around Jeremy or George. It's as simple as that. Oh, thank you so much, Roxanne. 10 gifted memberships. Oh my gosh. That's gonna get you a pretty purple star, Roxanne. Pretty purple star. Oh my gosh. This helmet's getting a glow to it. Look at that. 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Make sure that all of those that got gifted a membership, give a big thanks to Roxanne. She is very kind, very kind. Congratulations. Oh yeah, unless something changed, it's my understanding at that time their fraudulently claimed TPO had nothing to do with George. Yeah, they're the TPO that temporary restraining order was against Jeremy only, and that was, they still couldn't have contact with her. Nobody that worked with Jeremy was not supposed to have contact with her. Nobody that worked with Lynette was supposed to be in contact with Jeremy. Now their employees, that's a different story. You could contact their employees, but you couldn't contact him personally or something like that. You would have to go through and read that entire thing, but it is pretty solid. Here's a copy of Preston's text message about Cook doing something abusive to the child, been submitted to CPS or local sheriff office. Does anyone know? Don't know. I have no idea. And I wouldn't suggest reaching out and making those contacts on those. That's something that unless you know for a fact that was a text that was sent to you, you'd be the only one that would should be doing that. Other than that, I would suggest not doing any of that crazy stuff. That is going to, that right there will cause more problems to her, and it doesn't help the cops seem to back up the misguided up. If she gets there first, that's all it takes for her to be in the right. Yeah, but that for her, that's all it means. I mean, it's like, I was here first. No, that's not how it goes. As soon as George shows up, she should be leaving.
Here. Well, we have jobs that we're taking at town hall tonight at the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to just let you guys know, so that if anyone calls in and says they were here first or they do whatever, nope, we're here and there's no one else here. We even filmed it to make sure. We videoed it, so we had proof.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, I have it in.
Okay. Thank
All
you,
right.
ma'am, very much.
Bye-bye.
That's it.
Have a blessed night, Donna.
Oh my gosh. And point of Russ's power play to get rid of Belinda. Yeah.
On our way. Oh, there's Belinda's car. There's a fire.
What she's put in here is, this is Levy County Sheriff's video evidence. Okay. This is evidence that they turned over to Levy County. Okay. And this was from February 20th, 2024. So the kid was in the car the whole time for how many hours? I don't know. They were clearly there with the child. So it could have been 2 hours, could have been 10 hours. Wouldn't matter. They were there with the child the whole time. Not saying that's how I would do it. I think that the child would either be sleeping or want to go out and play, but I wouldn't get the child locked up in there.
A fire? Bonfire. Oh.
Yeah, that's a good bonfire.
A bonfire. Oh, look. There they are.
Oh my God.
Right there.
Look at them.
right by the front door. Isn't that nice
Oh,
of
yeah.
them?
Do they have their baby with them?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, and this whole time, 17.
I'm locked.
And this is where they're going to call the. Now I've seen the
Can you
very
unlock
end
the
of
door?
this because someone told me
Oh.
I needed to, but I haven't seen anything in
I'm gonna leave
between
my purse in.
4:30 to almost 8 p.m. 4 hours. Yeah, I don't want to let my child out to play.
I have a phone. They're gonna tell me.
Thank you for calling the Levy County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911. If you know your party's extension, press 8 now.
Oh man,
To report a crime or speak to a deputy, press 1.
yeah. Boy, now you understand why they're recording all the time. Hey, Brandon,
Look, she's
love, hate. Oh,
Levy County Sheriff's Office, Sean calling.
he's
Hi, calling to
Sure.
report my neighbors violating my civil protection order. This is Martha Risk.
she's doing the right thing.
Okay, what is your address?
Right now, I'm at the town hall.
What is your
What's
telephone
this
number?
other guy doing there?
It's
Jeez, what is this other guy doing here?
go outside. Stand outside.
Just stirring trouble.
All I said is I saw a white. Yeah, with other people that said it. But I never
Oh,
said what
man.
was in the bottle.
Preston tells Cook to call the sheriff on West.
Any questions? Correct me. Go ahead and call.
Jesus,
Watch the video. Yeah, that's exactly what
being a
I
problem.
said. You know, I'm actually somebody that actually cares about because then go back
Why?
and watch it.
What? Oh, that's
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I said.
that's Biscuit Boy.
White truck. I saw him take a top off of a bottle.
Ah.
That's what I said.
So he's just there to stir
Other people in the
problems.
video said- Okay, but
Look
I
out
didn't
with-
say that.
I'll tell him again. I don't know.
Okay, but I said I doesn't make me full of shit. You said on your video, because I do watch your videos.
Why? Why be there and stir up any problems?
I'm not full of shit. All I said is, well, okay, all right, ask her fair. Well, she wasn't in the video.
That's definitely a creeper move. Window peeper. Oh, jeez. I hope not for his sake. He's not a window peeper.
I never said.
Yes, that right there is exactly.
Yes, absolutely. I'm absolutely.
Rachel D, that is
I'm going to confront her on video. Look,
that is very
bring it on.
true.
Bring it on.
We've all seen how she acts.
You did. You said that they're lying.
Makes me wonder if Lisa Lars made any recent home improvements or decorating to her own home, or perhaps purchased some
Jessica,
expensive new
let it go.
witchy paraphernalia.
Let it
No,
go.
who knows? Yeah, she's right. Oh, is that Jessica Kruger?
But like I told you, I actually. Jessica.
I didn't see her face, so that's why I didn't notice.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's smart of him. The best part of that night was when LP and JC denied seats at the council. Yeah. Which I guess he can do. Yeah, I guess he can go to.
I did.
Yeah, I mean, he's welcome to.
Yeah.
That's your neighbor, Jessica. Nice. Hey, Kevin. TC is there to stir up problems. His father comes out of jail soon. Is threat. Well, that's always wonderful. Wow. Revolting to intimidate with content. Deanne and George are in the car. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, just why? Oh, he is out now.
John Cook. John Cook. Okay. Does he have a protection order? I have one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he has one. He might have a protection order, but if she's got one against him, then he needs to be gone. Oh, okay. You will hear the child screaming. We'll be here in a few minutes. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Because the child got woken up. Yeah, they know this is George's car. Yeah, they clearly know it's George's car. They also know that they're not supposed to be there if George is there. John was coping in the car. Coping in the car? Don't they smoke or vape with the child in the car? Yeah. Yeah, they do. Oh, there's Russ. Vaping? Gotcha. If you watch the full video, cops showed up after the meeting and how LP and JC fled, and also Russell leaks to the lied to. Oh, yeah. Well, of course. Why wouldn't they? I mean, you have to understand they don't have a whole lot of. Oh, Don the Con, not Russ. It's Don. Okay. So many names. Yeah, Russ the Sus is the old mayor. That's right. Don the Con. Ah. Oh, geez, man. Don could do is walk on for. Jeez. Yeah. It's crazy. So crazy. Yeah, it's a setup. Of course you can see it's a setup. This reminds me of the Muppets. Yeah, it does. And it just looks like there's a lot of talking out here. We'll fast forward a little bit. It's the. Oh yeah, there she is.
You got it.
Oh, well, that's different. Yeah, she had her shoes in her hand, and the girl swung them at me and hit me on the side with them. And she missed multiple days of school because she was black and blue. Sorry.
Oh my God. Cheering on violence? Thinking that's funny? I'm very much afraid of what he can do, and what Brett told us that they were going to delete Russell. Took it very seriously, but no one else has. The police, the deputies didn't just like that Morrison. Didn't take anything I said seriously whatsoever. He just thought I was joke about Jeremy. I mean, God, I have a hard time listening to their voices. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
I didn't know this was wrong. Oh, yeah, they tried She gets suspended for 3 days when she pushed me and I slammed her up against a brick wall and tried to slam her head through it. I tried to slam this girl up against a brick wall, but her
What in the
shoulders
hell?
got in the way.
Wow.
Months on end. I've blocked her on everything. I've completely and totally ignored her. We're not going to ignore it anymore because this baby is unsafe and the animals are unsafe.
And this part here is it's pretty harsh here. Here's what it says. It says you have to realize too that John likes me isolated. He thinks I'm going to let him spend time with the baby alone. And I'm not. Because the baby said something to me, and after she said what she did, I will never leave him alone with her again. Not to mention the fact that one of the allegations that was made to CPS was that her. Well, that allegation was made because I told Tree Stranger that I don't like it when he's short hike all the way up and his shows and the baby is right there. And when I tell him to knock it off, he tells me to shut the F up so he can do whatever the hell he wants. Or I tell him, don't let the baby play with your chest hair. Don't go under the covers with the baby. Don't kiss her on the mouth. And he tells me to shut up. And he's not one of my effing SA offending husband. But I'm telling you, why would my daughter say what she said? And I can't prove it, so I can't turn it in. And I'm not turning it in because I don't want to lose my daughter. But I'll keep her away from them with my life. He's in his camper and I'm in the shed. I have no clue what he's doing. And the two Lees read this, they hear it, they see it, they ignore it. Bubbles sees this, hears this, and ignores it. These are people that are right there. And they see these things, they hear these things, and they do nothing. Yeah, it is bullshit, Tracy. She doesn't want to lose her money. That should be yeah, I wish that somebody could do something about this, but this is just bad. It sounds like that child's been with what you're hearing. It's what it sounds like, and Lynette's letting it happen. That she hasn't stopped or removed him from the premises. Yes, it's incredibly sad. It's incredibly disturbing. And you see these kinds of things, and they're concerned about their money. That seems to be the only thing that they're concerned with, is how much money that they can make off of this child. Their whole grift has been about how much money they can make off the child. And whenever that runs short, what else can they do? What other grift can they run? What is the next scam that will be pulled? What is the next bit of money that will be brought in? Where's the next paycheck coming from? And they'll willfully ignore anything like this. And when the money starts drying up, then of course, they can claim, well, the money's drying up, there's no more coming in. That's a good way of telling Lynette that they've not receiving any more money. They can say, well, no more money's coming in because look what Jeremy did. He caused all of this. Look what Shara did. They caused all of this. There is no money coming in. It's a good way of not having to pay Lynette, right? It's a good way of not having to show her the receipts. How do you think Lynette's going to take that? Do you think she's going to be happy that it's dried up, that she can't get any more money off of it? How long before they start eating each other up? It's already started. One donor leaves, another one comes in. I want to try to leave you guys with at least a happy note. At least a happy note. I can't be going out like this. This just isn't going to work. This kind of thing is too disturbing. Too disturbing. I'm gonna have to do something for you guys here. I gotta pick this up just a little bit, and I have just the video for you guys to give you a little bit of a smile, a little bit of happiness. Leave this on a wonderful note. This should bring you a smile. Should bring a smile to your face. If you haven't seen this yet, here we go.
Buc-ee's. It's less a gas station and more a theme park for people who think beef jerky is a food group. You don't stop at Buc-ee's. You disembark. The parking lot is larger than most airports, with rows of pumps all full, like it's Black Friday for unleaded. It's where you'll find lifted trucks, RVs the size of starter homes, and at least one guy filling up a 5-gallon gas can who absolutely should not be operating machinery. Upon stepping inside, it appears as though Walmart had a baby with Bass Pro Shop and then raised it in a Texas roadhouse. And Buc-ee's doesn't sell snacks. They sell impulse control issues. You walk in for water and leave with a brisket sandwich, 2 pounds of fudge, and a bag of beaver nuggets, which are basically diabetes in nugget form. I don't know what's in beaver nuggets, but I'm positive it's illegal in 7 states. They taste like caramel, childhood, and a root canal waiting to happen. They're what you eat when you've completely given up on life, but still want to enjoy it. And then there's the bathrooms. These aren't just bathrooms. They're cleaner than most hospitals and twice as private. You walk in expecting gas station horror, a broken lock and a crackhead washing their socks in the sink, and instead, you're in a day spa for your ass. The stalls have floor-to-ceiling doors. You could file your taxes in there. You could take a Zoom meeting. Hell, you could die in one of those stalls and the janitor would bless your body before they mopped around it. It's the first bathroom in history where you can shit yourself and still feel respected. And just when you think you're done, you walk out and realize Buc-ee's has merch. Not just a t-shirt or a hat. Buc-ee's has turned their beaver logo into a family crest. They sell pajamas, blankets, pet beds, and onesies for babies. Because nothing says we make bold choices in this family like dressing your infant as a gas station mascot. It's not a pit stop. It's rehab for people addicted to barbecue. You don't just leave Buc-ee's. You emerge, slightly fatter, noticeably happier, and absolutely ready to do it all again.
Thank you.
Oh, you thought I
was done. Bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free. It's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute. But here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy, send in your bread. I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy Daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental plane. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Agenda will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.